when you feel that way and you look around and you look at like other people's beaters and their lifestyle and you're driving an Escalade and you feel good or whatever, right? Like whatever you've got going on, your level of success. And you look at them and you're like, fuck, you know, and you get that little twinge of like guilt. I want you to remember all the nights, all the weekends, all the long hours, all the missed vacations, all the missed holidays, all the missed ball games, all the missed events that you passed on to get ahead that they went and enjoyed, okay? You paid the price. They did not pay the price. You've earned what you have, and they have also earned what they have, okay? So when you look at it, you need to stop and you need to remember all the hard shit that you did. And then after you go through that little visualization process, you need to look yourself in the mirror and say, I earned that shit. Fuck anybody that doesn't like it. That's the first thing, okay? Because you did earn it. If you didn't earn it, you wouldn't have it, all right? Unless you were a trust fund kid or something. If you were that, hold on, if you were that, you wouldn't feel guilty about it, okay? So that's the first part. The second part is that you have an obligation to be successful. You have an obligation to live a great life. You have an obligation to get more and build more and create more than your parents did for you. That is the point. That is why people have kids, to progress them down the path of life if they're decent parents. And if we look at the Bible even talks about this. It talks about wasting your potential. It talks about not going out and using your gifts. It talks about that as being the greatest slap in the face to God that you could possibly have. So you are meant to go do this biblically, to go out and be the most that you can. And here's the third part of it. We live in a world right now, and the reason that you feel guilty is because we're filled with victim culture. We're filled with a bunch of soft people who don't want to go out and create anything. They don't want to work. They want to sit on their ass. They want to scroll. They want to watch Netflix. They want to eat shit from Uber Eats. And they want to be fat little bitches and complain about how they don't have anything. Well, what you have to understand is we, as the entrepreneurs, we, as the driven people, the ambitious people in society, have an obligation to set the tone for the next generation. Your children, their friends' friends should be looking at you being like, I want to be like Mr. Stevens. He's fucking kicking ass. Bro, and that's noble. That's a noble thing. So when you feel guilty and you feel like, oh man, because what we all do is we paint this. Usually what happens is we have one or two comments that we've gotten from someone along the way, right? And those comments get burned into our heart, burned into our mind. And then we go to do something that, we know that person wouldn't approve of, and we hesitate, all right? And dude, what you're doing in that position is you are literally stealing the inspiration from the people coming behind you because you're afraid of some loser having a comment about your shit, okay? I had a guy write me recently, and his message was like, hey man, look, I love everything you say, but let me tell you something. When I get home from work at 12-hour days on the construction site, the last thing I want to do is see your fucking cars on my Instagram. Well then unfollow, bitch, because I like cars and I've earned them. And if you don't like them, I don't give a shit. It's my page with my name at the top. You know that page with your name at the top? That's where you post the shit that you like. And that's what I fucking told him. So I don't give a shit about what people say or think, and neither should you. And every time you feel guilty, think of those three things. Think of, one, you've earned it, okay? Two, it's a biblical calling. If you are God's child, He wants you to go out and expand your potential, pursue your potential as much as possible, and shine as bright as possible. It says that in the Bible, okay? Three, it's an obligation to the future generations of the United States of America. The way that we fix what's going on in the world is by fixing the culture, and the way to fix the culture is by training a bunch of young savages to go out and kick ass and be good people, okay? And you gotta show them the kick ass part. You gotta show them what that looks like. They gotta be able to see it. They gotta be able to point at your car when they drive by, and one day they say, that's gonna be my car. We have to do that, okay? And that's an obligation. So don't feel bad. Roll your windows down. Turn that DMX up and what anybody says about it.